Well, today in the shop we got my brother's 8-foot pusher. I got another video of us we took my service truck down there and did some welding before we got that storm there. I think it was Nemo or whatever the hell it was there, and so we could at least limp it through the storm, because these shoes on here they're 3/4 inch plate, and it wore down to about 1/8 inch. So they were real thin, and it was actually starting to lift up in the front and a little curl back. That's how wore down they were. They're very cheap. They're not, what they should be made out of, like a high carbon steel. So what we did was we cut them here. You can't really see it, but cut them there, replace the bottoms with, I think it's like AR-40 or AR-400 plate. It's a high carbon steel meant to resist abrasion. And rebuilt those. Totally rebuilt them. Yep, can't even tell we did anything there. You can see where I welded the hard facing on it. But yeah, I went across both shoes all the way down each side here with what is it? It's Wear Shield 60. It's made by Lincoln Electric. Hard facing rod. 1/8 inch Wear Shield 60. It's pretty expensive. It's like $10 a pound or something, and I would never recommend it to anybody. It's a very difficult rod to weld with. That's why it looks like shit, pretty much. Yeah, as you can tell, really no penetration at all. There's no slag that comes off at all. And it's it's very, very, very difficult to weld. I've tried everything. Reversed polarity with the DC. I've tried a bunch of different heat settings on it, from less than 100 all the way up to 150. And when I got up in the higher range, about 150, which is a little too much, it started making the rod glow red. So. But it is much harder than regular steel. When you grind it, there's no sparks that come off. It just kind of wears away a little bit. But so that should prolong it a lot more. And then we replaced the cutting edge. This is one off of a 12-foot snow bully pusher, I think, that we got. It's just laying around, so we robbed the edge off of it. It's brand spanking new. We cut it down, and this is 2 inches thick. As you can tell, this is pretty thick. The one that was on here was only 1 inch thick, and it's right here. It's all broken apart and mangled. So we just got some longer bolts and put that on, and then you can see these black spots here. That's from the torch. That edge right there on the back was all bent from hitting different things, and the parking lot I plow isn't ideal. It's there's some pieces of railroad track and stuff that hang out of the ground, which needs to be removed this summer because it destroys the equipment, as you can tell. But yeah, it's getting there. Got to put a hook on the top, so it makes it a little easier for lifting and transporting this thing. But yep, shoes are brand new now, and built a hell of a lot better than that guy did when we first bought it. It's a Snowmax pusher. It's a guy out in Syracuse. Pretty good pusher, but after using it, I don't think I'd recommend it to anybody. Just because he uses very cheap, mild steel for the shoes, which wear out. They'll wear out in less than a season. And the cutting edge is, not sufficient at all.